Okay, this is as good a time as any to talk about PEX pipe. Basically what PEX pipe is it's a kind of a flexible pipe that it'll freeze but it won't break, which is good. I think somebody invented this when they were thinking about how to plumb prefab homes or something. And it has a little ring on it, and you just slide it in here and onto here, and you take that little ring there and you take a tool like this one and you reach up here and you clamp it, and once you clamp it, it locks it in place. It doesn't leak. I've never had one leak yet, and I've plumbed this whole house with PEX. Recently they came out with something new. I'm not sure I like it, to be honest with you. It's basically a push-in connection. You just take your pipe and you put it there and you shove it in. If you shove it in good and tight, it's there to stay. The reason I don't like it is because sometimes I don't shove it in tight enough and it'll still leak a little bit till I get it in there all the way. Another thing about it is once it's in there, you'll never get it out. You'll never be able to use that connection for anything else. I like these because if I have to, I can take my grinder and grind this thing off and reuse that. But you can't on these. But that said, I think these are getting harder to find. They're moving more toward this because this tool cost over $100, and most people don't want to spend the money, and they would rather do their home projects or whatever and just go out and buy something quick and easy. And this is quick and easy. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and attach this one right up here. You just have to put it in here and make sure you push it good and hard all the way in there. And once it's all the way in there, it won't come off. And if it's on there right, it won't leak. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these two pipes over to here, and then I'm going to put run these two pipes over here, and I'm going to put an elbow and run them out. I've made it a point not to have connections in the walls because my thinking is I don't want to have it leak anywhere where I can't get to it, but I've never had this stuff leak, and so basically the only connection I'll have in the walls will be this one where the pipe goes out. And I think I need to have it because even though this stuff will bend, it doesn't bend that much, and it gets to be pretty sloppy. I've done a lot of plumbing around here that's pretty sloppy if you're only relying on the bend of the pipe to keep everything neat. So with that said, I'm gonna clamp this one. Just show you how this clamp works. Another thing about the clamp deal is it takes a good bit of space to work the arms of this clamp, so sometimes you can't get into a tight place with it. That is a little bit of a problem too. So I suppose the other press-in type work are actually, they solve a couple of problems, so I can see why they'd want to do that. Anyway, I'm going to try to press this one in tight enough so it won't leak. I'm going to put my two elbows here and shoot a pipe straight out of here, two pipes, hot and cold, and then I'm going to plumb my whole sink out of that. In fact, I got my elbows right here. I'll go ahead and stick them on there. I got to get the rings. Another good thing about this stuff is once you put it on there, you can turn that. It won't leak or anything, even if you adjust it a little bit. So that's kind of cool. Probably one of the reasons I like the clamp so much is just because I went to all the expense of buying the tool. And now it seems like it's getting harder and harder to find these type fittings. Plus these are less expensive. These kind of fittings are less expensive than these clamping things. And you know me, I like to save a buck when I can.
Hi everybody.
Hey Trish, you talking to us? You coming to see us?
Looking good under there.
We're gonna be washing our hands out of it.
It's plumbing.
We're gonna be washing our hands out of this thing in a little bit.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Look at that.
Yeah, it's hot and cold.
You are the man.
Where are you at? Where you at?
Awesome.
I hear you, but I don't see you. Where you at?
Oh my God, got me.
Where you at? There you are.
I'm right here.
You can't be looking through the wall. There's supposed to be a wall there.
I will be able to pretty soon, huh?
You can't talk through the walls. What are you, a ghost?
Gotta do it while we can. That's looking pretty awesome.
We're gonna make water happen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, all I'm gonna do now is take 4 of these, connect them to the bottoms of the water pipe so they'll be hanging down from under here. Put 4 elbows on them, so I'm gonna have them pointing this way and this way. I'm going to put 2 T's in the middle, connect both the hots and both the colds, and then go right into those 2 pipes. This is probably a good example of what I was talking about earlier about, you know, as much as I like this, it's pretty hard to get this tool in there where these things are. So I did make these where I can unscrew them. So probably what I'll do is unscrew these, make that connection, bring it over here. I have a similar situation under here when I go to clamp these. You know, it's a little bit hard to get your tool up in there to do that. So I guess I can see where I like to push, where the push things work better in some places. I just like the idea of doing it doing it the other way, but you know, all good things, I guess, no complaints. Anyway, I'll just shut up and see if I can get some work done here. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like. Here's my 2 cutoff valves right here going up into here. These are threaded, so I'm able to thread these into place. That way when I get ready to move this thing, I can shut this off right here and loosen that thread and drop that down. Here's the underside of those 2. What I'll do is I'll set up 2 on the other side just like that. I'll join the 2 hots and the 2 colds in the middle and then run them into the pipes in the wall there. And then we'll turn the water on and see if anything's leaking.